Look at all you've gone through, all the crazy and the bittersweet too. All the while your heart's on fire, keeping off to your own desire. Look at all you've endured, heartaches that have crushed your worth. All the while your mind's at war, you keep coming back for more. Why do you keep coming back for more? 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 Why do you keep coming back for more?
Status check to proceed with terminal count. Atlas systems, propulsion.
Go.
Hydraulics.
Go.
Pneumatics. Go. LO2.
Go.
Water.
Go.
Centaur systems, propulsion.
Go.
Pneumatics.
Go.
LO2.
Go.
LH2.
Go.
Has gas.
Go.
Electrical systems, airborne.
Go.
Ground.
Go.
Facility.
Go.
RFFTS.
Go.
Flight control.
Go.
GCQ.
Go.
Op support.
Go.
Com.
Go.
Umbilicals.
Go.
ECS.
Go.
Redline monitor.
Go.
Quality.
Go.
Op safety manager.
Go.
ULA safety officer.
Go.
Vehicle system engineer.
Go.
Anomaly chief.
Go.
Range coordinator.
Go.
LDA.
Delay, clear launch.
NLM.
NASA's a go.
Launch director.
You have permission to launch.
Proceeding with the count. ALC, verify T0 is set for 09:49 Zulu.
Verified.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff of the Atlas V, carrying JPSS-2 and LOFTID, a new weather observatory for our planet, and a test for planetary exploration.
Atlas VU has gone to closed loop control.
Yeah, Daryl, as we heard Omar Baez say, LSP-100 on its way also. We're very happy for this 100th mission, the Launch Services Program. Let's listen in as Jesse Gonzalez.
And coming up on 30 seconds from the flight, vehicle is a half mile in altitude, 2 miles downrange, traveling at 160 miles per hour. And passing 45 seconds of the flight, continuing to see good operating parameters out of the RD-180.
The power of the Atlas V RD-180.
Coming up on a minute into flight,
whole
the
thing's in.
vehicle is ending its roll maneuver, and vehicle body rates are looking good.
Getting ready and approaching Mach 1.
And passing through 80 seconds into flight, Mach 1 Atlas V is now supersonic.
That's
And vehicle is now
769,
passing through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
769 miles per hour, 1,234 kilometers an hour. Going through the area of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle.
And passing 100 seconds into flight, seeing the RD-180 throttle back as expected. Engine response continues to look good, and vehicle body rates continue to look good at this time.
Throttling down just a little bit to reduce
Coming
the
up
stress.
on 2 minutes into flight, the vehicle is now 12 miles in altitude, 7 miles downrange, traveling at 1,500 miles per hour. And passing 140 seconds into flight, the vehicle has gone to closed-loop control, continuing to see stable body rates throughout the boost phase.
So the rocket was flying in a trajectory that's programmed in, but now closed loop is taking positional feedback from the rocket sensors to get it into the proper line for trajectory. It's going to maintain that ascent line. Beautiful shot there on board.
And RCS is now pressurizing to flight levels.
A shot from our infrared camera.
And the reaction control system has reached flight levels. System response looks good. Vehicle body rates continue to look good as well. And seeing good response out of the RD-180 engine.
Going to start cooling down that Centaur engine in the second stage to prepare for its super chilled propellants to flow through the booster.
About 3 minutes and 15 seconds into flight, vehicle is now 53 miles in altitude, 67 miles downrange, traveling at 5,800 miles per hour. And now seeing the RD-180 throttle back to maintain a 5.0 G acceleration limit. Engine response continues to look good.
We're just seconds away now from booster engine cutoff.
And we did see a good response on the Centaur systems as it completed boost phase chill down. And we have BECO, booster engine cutoff. And we have successful stage separation.
With stage separation
And
now onto the
pre-start
Centaur.
on the RL-10. And we have ignition for the first burn. RL-10 start parameters look good. And we have good indication of payload fairing jettison.
Saw a shot of that booster floating off into space.
Yeah, you can actually see the 4-meter fairing going by there too on the video. That's a great thing. Looking at the telemetry data, RD-180 performed very well on the first stage. Separation was clean. Payload fairings, you can see on the infrared video there on the screen, the booster falling away and the two little fairings. Pre-start.
Coming up on 5 minutes into flight, this first burn will be about 13 minutes in duration, the first of 3 burns for today's mission. Continuing to see stable RL-10 chamber pressures at the beginning of the burn. And also seeing stable body rates following payload fairing jettison.
RL-10's performing very well. Pre-start was good. Ignition came out very well as we saw in the video, and as the Centaur continues to burn nominally, body rates on the vehicle look very good with payload fairing gone. JPSS-2 exposed to the environments of space.
As it warms the motor catalyst beds for operation.
Explain quickly what a body rate is.
So the body rates, the attitude of Centaur, as the vehicle is moving through space. We're trying to keep everything as stable as possible. So we have an X, Y, and a Z body rate on the Centaur, and the flight computer and the RCS system continue to maintain that as we move through to get ready for separation.
And now we're moving to ULA's real-time animation.
6 minutes in flight, the vehicle is now 250 miles in altitude, 430 miles downrange, traveling at 9,400 miles per hour.
The animation is informed by real-time data. As we watch the RL-10 burn and the Centaur fly, at the top of the vehicle is JPSS-2. And there you're looking at the RL-10 as it continues its burn.
And coming up on 7 minutes into flight, continuing to see stable performance across all Centaur systems, stable tank pressures, good performance out of PU, and some minor roll adjustments as Centaur optimizes the telemetry link.
Centaur with plenty of performance to get there.
Plenty of performance, and everything's looking great. As we heard Jesse say, everything is performing nominally as we get ready to continue this burn for separation.
We're going to keep watching the data and listening to the launch team as we track the performance of the Centaur getting JPSS-2 into orbit. But in the meantime, let's send it back to Megan.
Talking about today was the last Atlas V rocket launch from the West Coast.
Which is going to put that lofted return vehicle in the proper orientation. There we see a graphical animation that's based on real-time data coming from ULA's telemetry stream that shows us the orientation currently of Centaur, and we're going to have a quick
about a minute and a
burn
half remaining in the coast prior to burn 3.
Yeah, so the Centaur
short burn, continuing to see very stable Centaur body rates near null in preparation for the burn, and good performance across all other Centaur systems as well.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Okay, yeah, so the Centaur is going to turn main engine forward. It's going to conduct a very short burn that's going to slow the Centaur and the spacecraft down sufficiently, and that will allow us to be on a trajectory where we re-enter Earth's atmosphere, and we'll start our mission.
And we are just a little more than a minute away from main engine start number 3. This will be a very brief burn, approximately 17 seconds.
The PU motor performance pre-burn slews again.
You can see lofted. It is contained within, Sean, your payload adapter at the end of the rocket, represented in the animation. Again, getting Centaur into that third burn will help deorbit the payload and the Centaur. And this is kicking off what is a really exciting mission, John. LOFTID stands for Low Earth Orbit Flight Test of an Inflatable Decelerator.
Yeah, so the LOFTID payload, we're residing inside the payload adapter, and we're going to conduct this deorbit burn right now.
There we go. There's the main engine
and
start.
RL-10 has come up to very stable operating pressures.
That deorbit burn, just a few seconds long.
And standing by for MECO shortly.
We'll let you finish your thought in a second, Sean, as we finish off this burn.
Oh, I'm excited just watching it.
And RL-10 shutdown parameters look good.
All right, main engine cut off for that third burn. Successful third burn.
And seeing the Centaur body rates respond as it reorients itself for the payload adapter jettison attitude.
And he mentioned the payload adapter. I want to talk really quick about it. That's your area of expertise, Sean, and we have a couple pictures to help explain that adapter that we see in the animation. You take LOFTID and you basically name those out, or that payload adapter. It's been jettisoned. The cover has been released, and Sean, that image there shows us that LOFTID has been inflated.
Yeah, so the payload adapter separates, that releases some pyro inhibits that allows us to remove a restraint cover over the stowed aeroshell, and then a minute later we start inflating the aeroshell, and we were absolutely ecstatic for both RJ and Jen. There was a lot of effort that went into planning that and making that possible, and we're very, very excited to see that RJ was able to propose today at the pad, and so it's a big day for him in addition to the LOFTID mission, and we're very, very thankful to have been part of that.
Now, LOFTID and Love, RJ and Jen, been together since 2019. Congratulations to both of them and to the LOFTID team. But we continue now with our technology demonstration here. Right now, you're starting to see the Centaur roll. That's that roll we were talking about, spinning up LOFTID.
And standing by for LOFTID separation in a little under a minute.
And then less than 60 seconds, that separation, as you just heard. These milestones, by the way, we're hoping to have a video downlink just about 15 minutes from now. We'll be able to see what the camera on board Centaur recorded as LOFTID was spun up and separated.
And we have successful indication of separation of the LOFTID reentry vehicle.
And there it goes. LOFTID's on its way back down to Earth, Sean.
So we're free flying now, and this is great news because now that we're separate, the LOFTID vehicle turns on a real-time beacon and we'll start transmitting data. So we'll be able to confirm some of these images that we're seeing on the computer model.
We got a little bit of time before that happens, before LOFTID really starts moving through the atmosphere and coming back down to Earth.